r/AskReddit, what is most useless item you carry with you all the time? The starter key to a 1960s Swiss-made cogwheel train that can climb up Pikes Peak. Tiny black light on my keychain. No legitimate use for it whatsoever. The key to the home I grew up in. I was so proud when they gave me a key to the house in 7th grade, so I could let myself in whenever I needed to. They changed the locks years ago, so this key is now completely useless, but I can't bring myself to take that key off of my key ring. I will always carry it to remind myself of my family. Those loyalty cards that were forced on me when I was unable to refuse, and I still keep in my wallet, but deep down I know I'm never really going to use. Stamp card for a cafe whose food gave me diarrhea. Still have the key to my old office on my keychain. I haven't worked there in 3 years, and will never be back. It's a really big key that tends to get in the way. I might get rid of it one of these days but probably won't. A plastic snail that I found in my school parking lot. His name is Aaron, and Aaron lives in my bassoon case. He has played with me all over the country. I set him on my stand during concerts. He's very well behaved and never interrupts the concert. Guitar pick. I don't play guitar. But hey, one time you may be at a party when some guy's about to play the guitar and can't find his pick, and so you give it to them, and anyway, here's Wonderwall. My parking pass for the hospital the day that my daughter was born. My old driver's license. Never took it out of my wallet. I kept my old one in my wallet for the longest time. It was my 17-year-old driver's license when I used to have long hair. It was fun to show people. Hairbands. I'm a guy with short hair, so they are absolutely useless to me. However, after watching my little sister, my mother, and past girlfriends slurp up their own hair with their ramen, that shit is never happening in my presence again. I carry a rock shaped like an egg. I found it after my son died. I always called him my best egg. I carry around a key to a helicopter. The key fits all Apache helicopters. You will be everybody's best friend when the zombies start attacking. A $2 bill that I'm never going to spend. They are not even rare, it just looks cool. I still carry my Blockbuster account card in my wallet. FYI, where I'm from they closed down around 10 years ago, but you never know. FYI, all Blockbusters, except one, closed down around 10 years ago. Pointless in the sense it hasn't got a practical use, but a little letter my fiancée wrote for me when we were gonna spend time away as I was away for work, and she was staying home. I keep it everywhere I go, so if I feel low I'll pull it out and give it a cheeky read. I say that's pretty wholesome and sweet. House key. My lock is electronic. I trusted the electric lock for a little too long between battery changes and did not have a house key on me. Trust me on this. Carry the key. I've carried a handcuff key on my key ring for almost 30 years. When I was a teenager I got one because of wild girlfriend who liked handcuffs, but then some kid got kidnapped near my city, and when they found him, he was handcuffed in some basement. So I kept the key on my key ring. Then you get a little older and you think, yeah, if I'm ever arrested I can get out of handcuffs. Stupid, I know. Then it just became something that I'd look at and laugh about having all these years. Pads. I don't have periods anymore because of a medical issue, but I still bring them in case there is anyone that needs them. Have those and hair ties, and you'd be everyone's best friend. A straw wrapper my husband gave me once and jokingly told me never to lose. It's been 4 years and I haven't yet. Does it spit some good rhymes? I joined the Navy 10 years ago, and we were all told about the tradition of challenge coins and why you carry them. Basically, you carry a coin, and in the event of a night at the bar, getting a shit tasking, etc., you can pull out your coin, and whoever doesn't have one / has the lowest rank one gets shit on, has to do the task, pays the tab, whatever. Well, 10 years in I have never actually pulled my coin, nor has anyone else ever pulled coins on me. So, I carry a heavy as shit Secretary of Defense coin in my wallet, looking for all the world like a dumb 15-year-old with a condom in my wallet, because it is a round protrusion in the leather, for no damn reason. But I also am terrified of the day I do get challenged, and don't have it, and have to pay a $300 bar tab. My wallet. The fuck is my broke ass gonna do? Buy something? 1 Pokemon card. Sharpedo. My son told me he was the best and to keep the card with me in case I ever needed to battle. So I keep it in my pocket at all times. I have a foldable wallet insert that opens up into this quick reference sheet on what to do during a biological, nuclear, chemical attack. I've had it for 15 years and refuse to throw it out. It's gone through 5 different wallets. It serves literally no purpose. To quarters. When I was a kid, before cell phones existed, my mom would make me take to quarters with me every day just in case I had to call her while she was at work. I'm not sure if it's out of habit or because it makes me feel safe. Like my mom is 1 call away, but every morning I still grab 2 quarters before I leave for work. My Zippo. I haven't smoked in a while, but I still carry it with me. Always good to be prepared, I guess. Glasses cleaning cloth. I usually just use the bottom of my shirt. Get out of jail free card in my wallet since high school. I'm not sure why, but it makes me feel better. I carry my wedding ring on a keychain. It's not useless, as it is sentimental, and I'm happily married, just not a jewelry guy, and work with electricity, so metal is out, and rubber rings are gross. It makes a slight tinkling sound in my pocket so everyone always knows I'm around just by listening for Tinkerbell. A pen. Anytime I'm about to leave the house, I put a pen in my pocket. Started doing this about 3 years ago in case of an emergency. I don't leave the house without a pen and pocket notebook. It's come in handy more times than I can count, and it's fun to flip through one after a couple months and see what was worth recording. It's almost like a snapshot into your daily life. A camera. My iPhone takes way better pics, but it's an old habit that's hard to break. My debit card *CRIES in POOR*. Towel. It's one of those super compressed ones about the size of a stack of quarters. I've never actually used it in maybe the past 20 years, but I always know where my towel is. A flint and steel. I love lighting fires with it, but my house does not have a wood stove or furnace, and most times, when I go to a friend's bonfire, the fire is already going. But my gosh, if I'm ever in a castaway situation, and I have my purse with me, I will be able to light a fire. Provided there's wood and tinder. My gym pass. A 10p coin, that I think is lucky. I live in the USA, I'm the opposite, I have a quarter, and I'm in the UK. A 1966 quarter with a hole through the center of Washington's head. I found it when I was a kid, and put it in my pocket. I have had that quarter on me for every major life event since age 12. I used to put in on pen/pencils when taking tests in school and still flip it whenever I have to make a 50/50 decision. In the past 40 years I've only spent 1 day without it, and that's when I slipped it into my wife's pocket before she had a series of medical tests run. Scrooge McDuck had a lucky dime, I have my lucky quarter. I have a whistle attached to my keys that I've never used appropriately. I have it in case I'm ever trapped in an earthquake/avalanche or lost at sea. I live in the middle of England though, so unlikely I will ever need it. But you never know. On my keychain I have this key from when I worked at a golf course back in high school. I don't really remember what it was for. I'm thinking the shed we kept the range balls in. This was over 10 years ago, but I somehow keep migrating it over to my new keychain each time I get one. A letter from a temp first aid replacement for when I needed a day off work. The letter describes the following in what happened that day. Guy knocked his teeth out with a hammer. Didn't send him to a dentist or medical. Another guy had second-degree burns. Had to cool himself off with a hose. Ambulance shows up after the guy was found unconscious from the pain. Air horns used up trying to find the first aid temp, who left the worksite for a 2-hour lunch. First aid trailer was raised for supplies. First aid trailer fridge was used to keep beers cold. I keep the letter on me, so if any day seems bad, I can pull it out and say not that bad. My high school student card. I use it to leech off student discounts at restaurants. Except I left high school quite a while back and it never works. Regardless, I still carry it everywhere in case there are days I feel a bit more thick-skinned. What do you mean you don't accept expired student cards from a decade ago? This is an outrage, and I'm going to write about it in my homework. My credit card. It's valid but I never got around to activating it. I have never used it, since I got it in 2014. I just like looking at it in my wallet cause I was broke for so long. The idea of owning a credit card seemed ludicrous. But now I'm doing pretty well, so I just pay cash lol. When I was in Arizona 2 years ago, I bought a metal spider sculpture off of an old man outside a dingy side of the road Wild West traveler stop. As a receipt he gave me a wallet-size printed picture of him sitting proudly atop a horse with a big white cowboy hat, and he signed the back and wrote the dollar amount. I still have his picture in my wallet today. I have a key on my keychain that isn't mine. When my sister was in hospice, we went to clean out her house and found that key on the end table next to her couch, so we figured it was important. It didn't fit any of the doors or anything we could find in her house. When we asked her what it went to, she was too far gone on pain meds to answer. She died in 2008, but I've still got that key, just in case I ever run into a lock that it fits. A small marble turtle I named Harold. In December of 2015 my family went to the Bahamas, where I got Harold for $2 and I immediately put him in my pocket. A few days later I had forgotten he was there, but I was like, nah, can't take him out now, he's already been there for 3 days. Flash forward to now, and I still keep him in my pocket always, almost getting to 4 years. If he's not in my pocket I get really anxious and worried about him, even though he's inanimate. A stuffed bunny was suggested to me by my therapist to help with my anxiety. The idea is that when I feel anxious I can talk to the bunny, I can pet the bunny, I can squeeze or throw it, or whatever. It gives me a safe way to deal with my feelings. Luckily, my mental health has greatly improved over the last year, so I don't find that I need it anymore. But I still carry it around